Reincarnation of a king long gone, the highest enlightened nigga sitting on top of the sun.
Yo, what is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel, fam. And obviously you guys have seen the title, and yes, the dream has finally come true. We are here in the NPA, so we are taking up a team that was left in the dust by Steve, aka Magnitude, aka the person who started Draft League format, period. He had a lot of stuff going on in his life, so he had to drop out of the league, sadly, which is sad to see him go, because it's always nice to see Steve battle. He's a very entertaining coach to watch, so sad to see him go. But thanks to my boy Kyle and John and Kelly and these people that pushed for me to be a replacement coach, just kind of like I did in P4G. I replaced HDV, I believe, and I was a replacement coach. I got into that league and I did very well, so they saw that since I was able to do that, they would think I was a good coach to be able to replace Steve. And we are finally here in the NPA, which was one of my biggest dreams, to be in this league. I've only been on YouTube for like a year, and I started watching Pokemon like last year, and NPA was one of the first leagues I did tend to see every single week to week, and I was like, one day I want to be on there, and here we go, we're here. That's pretty awesome, and I'm super excited, guys. So make sure you guys do support the MUNCHLAXSTER United here in the NPA, which is pretty awesome to finally say. That's really cool, and I'm super pumped, guys. I'm really excited for this, and I wanna show my skills in this league and prove that they picked the right person to take Steve's spot here in the NPA, baby. So like I said, we are taking Steve's spot, so we do have a team that was given to us, which I'm gonna talk about in a few seconds. But I just want to say thank you to Joe, and thank you to everybody who let me join, first of all as an analyst, and now I am a coach. So I gotta say thank you for that, because I would have not been here if they didn't decide to put me in. So that's awesome, that's cool. But yeah, make sure you guys do leave a like, make sure you do subscribe if you're new to the channel, to the MUNCHLAXSTER United family. Make sure you support. So we are gonna talk about the team that was given to us by Magnitude and the Milwaukee Sauce Bucks. So first of all, he is 1-1. I believe he had to forfeit the last in week 3, so he's actually 1-2, which is not bad. It's doable. We have like 12 weeks, I believe, so I think it's doable. We could bring this back, make it to playoffs, and do some good damage there. I want to make it to the finals. I want to battle Kelly. That's who I'm expecting to be there in the finals along with me. But we gotta take it week by week and see where we're gonna be going from here on. So I'm gonna put some nice graphics for you guys to see the team and see what my thought process of drafting this, not drafting, but trading and doing transactions to get the team I wanted to have. Because like I said, we're taking over a team, and it's very hard to really take over a team. I did it very well in P4G. I went like 8-2, like my own record, and P4G, which was very nice. But that team was very fun to play around with. But this time, no offense to Steve or anything like that, but this team is really not that good. This is not, at least not from my play style. I don't think this is a very good team. There's not really any good synergy. It just doesn't make sense to me, really. So we had to do a lot of crazy swaps and transactions and things like that. So they did let us do for the new coaches that came in, because I believe there's another new coach who also came in, which was forget the name. Sorry about that. So we're another new coach, and we get to do as many trades and free agent transactions as we want to do. The only way we can trade our S rank mon is if we count it as one of our regular season transactions. So we get 3 transactions for the regular season, and if I want to trade my S rank mon, then I'm gonna have to count it as one of those, and I'm gonna trade it because I don't like this S rank mon at all. So let's go over teams so you guys can see what team was given to me. So I'm gonna go from tier 1, tier 2, tier 4, tier 5, S rank, free agent 1, free agent 2, free agent 3, and free agent 4. So I'm just gonna go in that order that is given to me in the doc. So he got to Celebi normal. In this league, you only get to pick one form of Celebi, so you can't have all the forms, and I think that's really weird because Celebi is not even a tier 1 mon at all, even with all the forms, let alone just one form. So I had to get rid of Celebi, so that thing's gonna be gone, I'm telling you that. Now, tier 2 Mimikyu, cool mon, very scary. Next we got Galissapod. I don't really like Galissapod. Kamala's a cool spinner. Wish passer, especially defensive, which can be very nice for the team, passing wishes around too. We got Wishy Washy. Not a big fan of that. Bear Tick, not a big fan of that. Circuitry, it's a cool mon, but it's definitely not worth S rank. And like I said, I'm gonna trade my S rank mount, so that circuitry is not gonna be here. We have Celebi, Incineroar, Reggie Ice, and Saucebug. So yeah, this team is a little weird. I really don't like this team at all. So I knew I had to make a lot of changes if I really want to do well in the NPA. I had to do a lot of swaps and transactions and trade with some coaches so I could make this team a little bit more to my feeling, to my play style, to the way I want to succeed in this league. So now the graphics should be changing to the team I'm gonna show you guys. So let me just open the team I got right here. Alright, so I'm gonna start off with the trade I did for the S rank mon. So I dropped Circuitry and I picked up this monster right here, CJ Fly, aka the Mega Pincer. So Mega Pincer, an amazing mon. I'm completely shocked that it has not been drafted. This thing is, I think, one of the hardest monsters to prepare for, and if you let this thing set up a Swordsand, or if your team is whittled down enough, this thing can just beat your whole team. It gets priority in quick attack. It gets the ability Aerialate, which makes the normal type moves flying type moves, and then it gives them a 20% boost, which is pretty crazy. Mega Pincer is extremely scary with quick attack, body slam. It gets coverage moves like close combat, earthquake. It gets knockoff and Swords Dance. Return is just amazing. Smacking something with a stab return is crazy, and it has that base 155 attack, 105 speed, which is alright. It's not too bad because Steve's team was really slow, so adding this 105 speed is very nice. And I'm telling you guys now, I only kept 2 mons out of the 11 that Steve drafted. I only kept 2 mons. I'm telling you guys now, and you're gonna see what those 2 mons are. Actually, I'll tell you, I kept Kamala. I'll talk about Kamala next, actually. So we bring in Mega Pincer, and Mega Pincer actually gives us 100 more points, so we can actually do some more swapping and be very nice. Circuitry is definitely not worth the points that it was given, because Mega Pincer, I think, is like 10 times, at least 10 times better than Circuitry, and it's actually worth less points. So we get an extra 100 points to use in our free agents, which is going to be very helpful for us. And Mega Pincer, I'm going to have so much fun with this thing. I definitely want to get some nice sweeps with this thing. And the downside of Mega Pincer is, yes, it is quad weak to rock, so we actually have 3 ways of removing hazards on this team. After all the swaps and things I did, we have 3 ways of removing hazards, which is really important to have when you have a mon that is quad weak to rocks and is that important to your team. So that is Mega Pincer, the mon that I think is going to be the star of our team, and it can always bring us back if we're ever on a losing note. Mega Pincer is going to be there to help us win. So next, like I said, we did keep Kamala, and Kamala is gonna be nicknamed Hug Trees because Kamala loves the environment. No? Yeah, it does. So Kamala is really cool, which is gonna be very nice. Kamala was already on Steve's team, so we are keeping this mon. It's a spinner, like I said. It's very bulky on the special side. It's not really that great on the physical side. It has 95 speed def and 65 HP, which isn't that best, but the speed def makes it workable. But the good thing about Kamala is that it could be a very nice special wall. It gets wish, and it gets a 115 base attack. So this is a passive, this is a bulky mon that is not very passive. So I think that's pretty awesome. It gets the ability Comatose, which means this Pokemon cannot be status, which is wild, because when you have a wall, and your wall is something that's very important to help your team not lose, a lot of ways to take down the wall is by toxicing the wall, T-waving it, burning it, whatever. And Kamala cannot be toxic, so that's pretty freaking cool, and I like that. I like that a lot. Normal types are very cool typing to have because they aren't really weak to much things besides fighting. Like Miltank is one of my favorite defensive mons ever, and Kamala is not like Miltank, but it's got that normal typing, which is pretty cool. And let's see what moves it gets. This is a new Gen 7 mon. I have not used Kamala, but I know it gets some cool stuff. It gets Earthquake, which is always a nice move to have. It also gets U-turn, so that's very nice. Versatile. A slow U-turn into something like Mega Pincer is beautiful to have. I do love having that, and that's something that's going to be very beneficial, because that's the way I like to play. I like to play with my nice Volt turn core to get into my big threats. So Let's see what this thing gets. It gets playoff, which is pretty cool. Rapid Spin, like I said, that's the #1 thing I wanted to have this thing for. It gets Sucker Punch priority, Swords Dance, which is pretty cool. Also Toxic, obviously U-Turn, Wish, Wood Hammer, which why does this thing get Wood Hammer? That is crazy, because Wood Hammer is actually a pretty strong move, and that's awesome that Kamala gets this thing. Like I said, Swords Dance, bulk up, so Kamala can actually do a lot of different things, which is pretty cool. And I'm gonna have fun with this freaking Kamala, guys. This freaking Kamala, Gen 7. One of the top Gen 7 monsters, truthfully, in my opinion. Kamala is really cool, and I'm gonna have fun with this thing. This cute little monster is gonna annoy the hell out of a lot of coaches. I'm gonna tell you that now. So I'm gonna talk about the other mon that I did keep from Steve's team, and that is gonna be Mary Jane, the Celebi. So Celebi is one of the pixie mons, like Mew, like Victini, like Manaphy, and like Jirachi. Is Jirachi one? I think Jirachi's one. So Celebi is pretty cool. The downside of Celebi is that quad weakness to Bug, I do believe. Bug, yeah. Psychic Grass, it's quad weak to Bug, but other than that, Celebi is extremely bulky. Celebi can set up rocks, I do believe. Yeah, it does get Stealth Rocks, which is pretty nice. It has priority. It has Thunder Wave. It has Trick. It has U-Turn, Zen Head. But once again, something else with U-Turn that can help us get into those big threats that I'm gonna have a lot of fun wiping teams out with. This thing is a massive amount of what's it called, of coverage moves. A very nice move pool that I do like. It gets Heal Bell, Healing Wish. This thing is amazing. I was gonna trade it, but then I decided to keep it because I just saw how much this thing can add to a team. It can be extremely bulky, it can be a menace, it can just be an annoying menace, it can be bulky, it can be offensive. You don't know what it's gonna be. It's kind of like Mew. You're not 100% sure what it's gonna be each week to week, and I'm excited about that because having a mon that's gonna make the opponent kind of panic when they're preparing their team is, so even before the battle, we're already having that mindset to make them plan a little bit awkwardly, and I think Celebi does that. And Celebi gets so many cool moves that I'm gonna have a lot of fun with. It gets Calm Mind, it gets Nasty Plot, it gets Baton Pass, which is one of my favorite moves, Baton Pass, and you guys will see why that's one of my favorite moves in the season. I'm telling you now. So like I said, Celebi, we have Celebi. Celebi, it's gonna be fun. I can't wait to use this thing. I've never used it. I've always wanted to use it. It just never fit in my team, and this time it was already on the team, and I told myself I'm gonna make a team that is gonna work well around this Celebi. So pretty excited to have Celebi on the squad. Alright, so who are we gonna talk about next? Let me see, who did I swap? What's next? Alright, so let's talk about the Mimikyu swap. So I did drop Mimikyu. Mimikyu is a pretty cool mon fairy. It can set up. It can pretty much just sweep teams. It has the disguise ability that can be very annoying against teams. It can set up a Sword Dance and then just win a game. But I wanted to drop it because I just didn't. I feel like it's with Mega Pincer already on my team. I don't need Mimikyu. I don't need that physical attack and presence. I'd rather have some more bulk, and we did do a trade with Papa C, and I believe his team name is the New York Lynx. I'm pretty sure that's a team name. I know a lot of the teams already on here because first of all, I was an analyst, and second of all, I already watched NPA last season, so I know a lot of the coaches here. But yeah, we traded with Papa C and New York Lynx. Like I said, I believe that's his team name. Hoping I'm not butchering that for some reason, but I'm almost certain. So we got the Waters. The Waters, if you guys know why it's called the Waters, that's cool, but it's pretty much a song, an album from a rapper named Mick Jenkins. So Suicune really does not even need to be explained. Suicune is just a wall and a half. So if you look at it, 100 base HP, 115 defense, 115 special defense, this thing is extremely hard to take down. If this thing starts setting up Calm Minds, you're just in trouble. And it has a base 90 special attack, which is pretty nice because it's not passive at all. Scald is a very nice spammable move. This thing could be very nice with choice specs. Calm Mind is just a threat. It gets Rest, it gets Roar. Let's see, what else does it get? Extra Sensory, it gets Extreme Speed if I ever want to be a cheeky bastard. But I doubt that's gonna happen. But so Ice Beam, Reflect, Rest, Return, Roar, Scald, Shadow Ball, Signal Beam, Tailwind. What? Tailwind? When did Suicune ever get Tailwind? I never knew that. But yeah, Suicune's a pretty cool mon. Crowcoon is a very scary set. If you don't prepare for Suicune, for every single set of Suicune, and I bring one of them that you don't prepare for, it's gonna be very hard to come back, because Suicune, like I said, is very hard to take down. Even if you have stab moves against it, stab super effective moves against it are not gonna take out Suicune that easy, especially if I got Calm Minds up. If I got Calm Minds up, it's over. It's over. Suicune staying on the field is gonna set up, and it can actually sweep a team. So I really do like Suicune. Bulky Water is always very nice to have. It's very important to have in a team, and now we added a nice, very nice bulky Water that is not wishy-washy, because wishy-washy is trishy trashy. So so that is Suicune. Like I said, not too crazy much to talk about Suicune here. It can do a lot of different things, but it's not really something you talk about all that much, because it is just a bulky water that is very nice to have. And I've been wanting to use Suicune for a long time. I love the 3 legendary dogs. I've used Entei, I haven't used Raikou yet, and now I get to use Suicune, so that's pretty cool. I'm very excited about that. So that is Suicune. Let's go into the next mon. Let's see, who did we drop after that? So we did drop Golisopod, because I think Golisopod is pretty trash. And who did we pick up for Golisopod? I forget who we picked up. Let me see real quick. I think this is, this is who we picked up. So we are picked up Meloetta. So I picked up Meloetta, and yes, that is adding another psychic type to my team, but it's perfectly fine, because you're gonna see that having another psychic type is actually gonna be beneficial to our team when you see what stuff I do add to the squad. So I picked up Meloetta. I think Meloetta is a very cool mon. I've seen different draft league battlers like Matty Brolic and battlers like that use Meloetta very nicely, and I actually think this is a very cool underrated mon. I don't see a lot of people use it, but the people I do see use it, they use it very nice, and I like how they use it. So if you look at its HP, it's base 100 HP, 128 special attack, and 128 special defense with a 90 speed, which is pretty nice. 90 speed is not slow at all, so that's pretty awesome. But this thing is extremely bulky on the special side, and I do believe this thing also gets Wish. Am I wrong? I am wrong. It doesn't get Wish. Crazy. But I guess Heal Bell and things like that. But the reason I do like this thing is because it's very bulky on the special side. It is not weak to Ghost, which is actually pretty cool, because Psychic types having that Ghost weakness can be kind of annoying. But I do like the combination of it being extremely bulky on the special side, and also being able to hit extremely hard with that base 128 special attack. That is something that is very hard to switch into, especially a Hyper Voice, a Psychic, a Side Shock, Shadow Ball. I believe this gets Dazzling Gleam, Energy Ball, a lot of cool coverage moves. I do love having Heal Bell, which is pretty awesome to have Heal Bell. I do like that a lot. So Meloetta, another mon that you can't really talk a lot about, but it's just very powerful, and it's very hard to take down on that special side. And this thing can be a threat and a half with Calm Mind. Calm Mind is a very cool set to run with Meloetta. I really like this Pokemon a lot. After I watched a few people use it, I wanted to use it myself, and I saw it sitting there, and I saw that I am lacking a little bit on the special side of things when it comes to breaking power, so I decided to go with Meloetta, and I think that's going to be a pretty fun mon to use. Meloetta's going to be really cool, super excited, and I just like power. I really do like bulky offensive power. That's a draft style I tend to like to have, so that's why I picked up this little monster right here. And this one's actually gonna be nicknamed The Voice. I believe that is a show, like a singing show. I was just like, why not? I couldn't think of anything else, so I'm gonna name it that for now. So who else did we drop? We did drop Wishy Washy. So I'm telling you now, we dropped Wishy Washy because, like I said, Wishy Washy's trishy trashy. So I don't like Wishy Washy, and I ended up picking up a Golbat. So Golbat is actually one of my favorite low tier mons to use. This thing is extremely bulky. This thing with an Eviolite is just crazy, and it's not passive at all because it does have the move Infiltrator. So it can't just be like set up behind the sub on. It gets Super Fang and things like that, and it also gets Whirlwind, so it can't even get set up on, period. I feel like it's just Whirlwind you out. But the most important thing about Golbat for me is Defog. Like I said, we have Mega Pincer. We have to give him the support, the hazard control support that we do need for Mega Pincer, so we had to pick up a Golbat. I think Golbat's a very cool mon. I had it in P4G, it did wonders for me. It's just, this thing just walls teams. Like, it's very crazy. It's extremely bulky. I don't know if a lot of people, I don't know, a lot of people don't talk about Golbat. I think it's an amazing mon. I know Joel Dor had it and he dropped it, so I was pretty happy because now I get to pick up this Golbat, which is pretty cool. I love Golbat. Watermelon the Golbat. It's gonna be called Watermelon because I'm gonna have the shiny version, and it is green and pink, and it looks like a watermelon. So Golbat, my favorite move from Golbat is definitely Super Fang, and it also gets U-turn, so that's another U-turn mon. We have Kamala, we have Golbat, we have Celebi who has U-turn, we have Meloetta who also has U-turn that I forgot to mention about that. So that's pretty awesome. I do like that a lot. This core that we've already created, this momentum core, is amazing, because especially because Kamala and Golbat tend to be a little slower. Golbat's pretty fast, that's 90 base speed, but you don't normally run speed, so if it does get those low U-turns on, it's pretty nice, and I can go into my big threats once again, like Mega Pincer, like Celebi, like Meloetta, and I'm super excited. I need to drink some water real quick. Alright, cool. Sorry about that. My throat was getting dry. So, Golbat, once again, something you can't really talk about that much. You guys probably already know. But I just like the defog option. I like that it can roost. I like that it's extremely bulky with Eviolite. Of course, if Eviolite gets knocked out, that sucks, but it's all good. It's all good. It's not the biggest deal in the world. We just have to be careful about that. And people can't really spam knockoff on my team, because I have just some very good things that can handle dark types, which is pretty cool. So that is Golbat. We drop Wishy-Washy for the Golbat, for the beast, for the god, the Golbat. So next we dropped a Beertick, because once again, Beertick, it did get a big buff in its attack, but I just don't think it's a very good mon to use in draft without ice to back it up, and I do not want to have an ice team because it's not really beneficial at all. So I dropped Beertick, and we did pick up, who did we pick up from tier 5? Tier 5, let me see, who did we pick up? Alright, here we go. We picked up the god itself, Gypsy Fisk, the Stun Fisk. So Stun Fisk is a really cool mon. I know people are probably gonna be like, what the hell, a freaking Stun Fisk? This pancake looking thing. But this thing is a staple and one of my closest friends' team, and that is Gypsy King. That's why I named it Gypsy Fisk, because it's one of his favorite mons, and he uses this amazingly. Obviously, I am not Gypsy King. I'm not as good as he is, but I still think it's a very good usable mon. We get a nice ground type, we get an electric type, we get the ability static, which can be very nice to slow down opponents, physical attackers, and things like that. It can set up rocks, and we get that immunity to electric, which is very nice because we already saw Mega Pincer, we saw Golbat, we saw Suicune, all weak to electric. Celebi can come into electric moves, but it's always very nice to have electric immunity. Electric immunities are very important, because even if you might have a resistance to it, like Celebi, you don't want them to be volt switching constantly and getting all that momentum, and it's very hard. It's very hard to win a match when you just keep losing momentum to a volt switch. So I wanted to make sure that we had a ground type and electric immunity. I was gonna do a trade with Papa C for Steelix, but that didn't work out because he wanted my Kamala, and I didn't want to give Kamala away. So I picked up Stun Fisk, and it's gonna be very fun. I hope I can live up the hype of Stun Fisk to my boy Gypsy King. So yeah, Dylan, if you're watching, that's for you, boy. So Stun Fisk the god. Like I said, stealth rocks, discharge, static, cool things like that. Earthquake, stab, earth power. I do believe it gets earth power. Yes, it does get earth power. And a base 81 special attack, which is actually not bad at all. Base 109 HP, 84 defense, and 99 speed def. Very cool. I'm very excited to use this thing, man. Oh man, this is one thing I wanted to try, which is, it may sound weird, but it's one thing I really did want to try. So Gypsy Fisk, the Stun Fisk, is the next mon. We did trade. I already told you about circuitry. We already have Celebi. I actually forgot about my tier 1 mon. Did I forget about my tier 1 mon? Who was tier? Oh yeah, okay. So we did drop Silvally, like I said. I don't like Silvally because, first of all, it's restricted in this league. You can only pick one typing as Silvally. It's a tier 1 mon, which I definitely don't think it should be a tier 1 mon. If you're picking one typing, it should probably be like a tier 4 mon, truthfully. It's really not that good at all. Tier 3 max maybe, but I really don't like Silvally when you only have one typing. So we did drop Silvally, and we picked up 2 tons the Conkeldor, and Conkeldor is another mon I really wanted to use. I picked up a lot of mons that I wanted to use for a long time, because since I'm taking over a team, so I only get to pick up stuff that was left over and that no one drafted. So that actually makes you pick up a lot of things that you normally wouldn't pick up when you have like a full when you have a full roster of stuff you can pick from, you tend to push those things you want to try, you tend to push them away. But when you only have those things in front of you, you pick them up, and Conkeldurr is one of those mons. As you see, it is extremely bulky, 105 HP, 140 attack, which is crazy, man. A gut set on Conkeldurr is very nice. And then it has a bad spadef, but this thing is very nice with an assault vest. I really do like Conkeldurr with an assault vest. And Conkeldurr has very nice move pool also. I guess knockoff, ice punch. So knockoff is very nice because then psychic types can't really switch into it as easily, or anything can't really switch in, because then it's gonna get his item knocked off. We get poison jab, which is pretty cool. Rock slide, stone edge. It gets taunt, which is pretty awesome too. Thunder punch, it gets the elemental punches, I do believe. All of them, does it get all the, yep. It gets drain punch. It gets break. The thing I don't like, what I don't like about Conk is that it doesn't have a really hard hitting stab fighting move. It doesn't have like close combat. It doesn't have superpower and things like that. So I guess that's the downside when it comes to Conk. But it's extremely strong, and it's extremely bulky. So it can actually break down teams very nice, and fighting stab is very nice to have. And just all the coverages that Conk does get is pretty cool, and I do like that a lot. So like I said, bulky offense is my playstyle, and as you're seeing, that's actually a pretty big theme in this team already so far. So I'm pretty happy with that. So that is Conkeldurr. 2 tons of Conkeldurr. So who is next? Let's see. We already said Golisopod, we dropped Wishy-Washy, we dropped Beartail, we dropped Circuitry, we kept Celebi. And next we did drop Incineroar. Incineroar I actually think is a pretty cool mon. But I wanted to drop it because I don't know. I just didn't want it. I saw something on the board that I think is much better and that can help my team out a lot more, and that is Itachi the Greninja. So in this league we only get Tauren Greninja, which is perfectly fine because I've used Tauren Greninja before. I think it's a very nice, it still hits pretty hard, because if you look at its speed, it has base 122 speed, and that is extremely fast. So as you saw from Steve's team, he had an extremely slow team. So the number one thing I did want to do is I wanted to create some very good speed tiers. We have base 122 speed tier with Greninja, and then we have like 105 with Pincer, Mega Pincer. We have 100 with Celebi, and then we have a few 90s and then a few slow mons there. But I tried my best to just create what I could with what I had, and Greninja added something very amazing. It adds a dark type. First of all, we already had a water type in Suicune, which is fine. It's not bad. I don't mind having 2 water types because they're 2 completely different roles. Greninja is always going to be something offensive or a suicide lead, and Suicune's going to be bulky. It can also be offensive, but it's just plays completely different roles. So I'm totally fine with having 2 water types that are completely different. So Greninja, I really do love Greninja a lot. Once again, we have another U-turn mon. I think half our team can give us momentum, can grab us momentum, which is pretty cool. Greninja is a very nice end game sweeper, end game cleaner, because it is extremely fast. And Dark Pulse and Hydro Pump and Surf, those stats are very nice against a lot of teams, and I think it's pretty cool. It gets very nice coverage moves like Extra Sensory, Grass Knot, Gunk Shot. It gets Haze, which is pretty awesome too. It gets a lot of moves. Greninja gets a lot of moves. It gets Taunt, and Taunt is very nice. I do like Taunt a lot because, like I said, it could be a suicide lead, and it could taunt other suicide leads, or it could taunt other hazard leads and things like that, which can prevent hazards from being put up on the field. And it can also help Pincer out a lot, which is pretty cool. And Greninja also gets Toxic Spikes, and it gets regular spikes. Does it get regular spikes? Yeah, it does get regular spikes, and it gets Toxic Spikes, so that's pretty awesome. Another main theme I wanted to add to this team, besides momentum, besides hazard removal, is hazard stacking. So we can do that with Greninja, we can do that with Celebi, we can do that with Stunfisk, and I believe that's it at the moment. Yeah, that's all we can, but that's still very nice because we do spikes, and Toxic Spikes are very nice to have with Greninja. Greninja blazing fast speed, and I just love that. 1-3 special attack is not the strongest, but it can still do work, and I really do like Greninja a lot, and I'm gonna have so much fun with this thing. So people better watch out for Greninja because it's nothing to laugh at, you know. Greninja's cool. Greninja's cool. Alright, so next, I dropped Reggie Ice. Reggie Ice is actually a pretty interesting mon, but I really don't like it that much. I found another ice type that I think is going to be kind of cool to use. My boy Pokemon Trip HD used this thing in TB and last season of TBU, and he likes this mon, so you know what, I'm gonna try it, Trip, and that is Dinner Table Avalugg. So Avalugg, you see, has a very nice 95 HP, a 117 attack, which is very nice also, and a 184 defensive stat. That is rocket high. That is extreme. This thing is extremely hard to take down. I know Avalugg is an ice type, and ice type is like a really bad defensive typing, but it does have a very high special attack. I mean, physical defense, and we can take ice type moves, and that's kind of important for our team to take some ice type moves, because we do see Celebi's weak to ice, we see Pincer, we see Golbat, we see Stunfisk, it's all weak to ice, so it's kind of nice to have Avalugg. Is very also, we have Kamala that can eat ice moves, and we have Suicune that can eat ice moves pretty nicely. So Dinner Table, the Avalugg, not a lot to talk about, and this is adding another spinner. Like I said, we want to have multiple ways of getting rid of hazards. So Avalugg is one of those ways, and Avalugg has a move that not many people know about, and I'm pretty excited to use that move, so I'm not gonna talk about it. But I guess the ability's 30, which is pretty cool, so it's always gonna live one hit if there's no hazards up, which is awesome. I do like that about Avalugg. And if you look at his attack stat, 117, that's very nice. So another bulky offensive mon that can hit pretty hard with like a Stab Avalanche, Crunch, Earthquake, all these cool things, Gyro Ball, because this thing is extremely slow, like extremely slow. So Gyro Ball does actually do a lot of damage. It's pretty cool. I do like that a lot. And like I said, rapid spin, and this thing also gets recovered, so it could actually heal itself up. So if someone doesn't have a special attacker that can take down this Avalugg, this thing's gonna be a menace, and I think it's gonna be very cool. A lot of people are not gonna prepare for it, and it could actually be extremely annoying. So I'm very happy, and I'm excited to use Avalugg. Like I said, I'm trying a lot of things that I normally would never try. Not saying that they're that bad, but you would never see an Avalugg. You don't really say, oh, I want to take Avalugg before it gets taken, you know. But it's something really cool, and it's just different. The thing with Pokemon is you always want to try different things, because it helps you see a lot of building styles and things like that. So I don't know, that's what I think, at least. So that is Avalugg. Not a lot to talk about Avalugg. Dinner Table, the Avalugg. And the last mon we are going to get rid of is Saucebuck. And since we get rid of Saucebuck, and since we got rid of Circuitry, we got extra 100 points for our free agents, because Circuitry was worth more points than Mega Pincer for some reason. So we pick up Mega Pincer, so we get a better mon, and we get to add more points, so it's like a win-win. So I dropped Saucebuck, and I wanted to add something that I see we had lacking. It's always very nice to have this typing in your team, and that is Comfy. The freaking Comfy. It's Comfy. And I named it all because, you know, it's cute. You don't want to hurt Comfy. Well, how can you want to hurt that cute little face? But Comfy is a new Gen 7 mon. Not really sure a lot of things it can do, but I'm pretty sure this thing also gets U-turned. Like I said, my team is just going to be momentum galore. So this thing gets Calm Mind, this thing gets Aromatherapy, it gets Leech Seed, which could be very annoying, it gets Synthesis, it gets Taunt, it gets Toxic, U-turn, Return, Rest, Play Rough. I'm not gonna use a physical Comfy. It has a base 82 special attack, 51 HP, which really isn't that great, but it has a base 110 special defense, which is crazy, and a 100 speed. So I don't know, this thing's pretty cool. I think I'm gonna have fun with this thing. It has a cool ability called what's it called? Where is it? Called Triage? I don't know how to pronounce that, but it pretty much gives priority to moves that heal Comfy. So moves like what was that move called? I forget what it was called. There was one move. I forget what it's called. It's some fairy move that gives Comfy some health. Draining Kiss, there we go. So it gets priority Draining Kiss, it gets priority Synthesis, it gets priority other stuff. I don't know, whatever can heal Comfy with this ability, it gets to priority that up. So that could be very clutch. And Calm Mind, Comfy can be kind of cool. Stab, Dazzling Gleam, Aromatherapy. So we got a bunch of heal bellas in here. We got Comfy, we got Celebi, we got Meloetta, and I think that's about it. That's very nice to have. I'm actually really a big fan of this team, which is wild because I didn't have a lot to choose from, but I think I did the best I could, and I think I came out with a pretty rocking team. So that is gonna be the MUNCHLAXSTER United squad for this season of the NPA season 3. So I'm pretty hyped. I wanted to be in NPA for a while, and now we're finally here. So now we just gotta show our stuff, and I'm gonna have so much fun with this team. And I think I turned a team that I think was pretty bad to a pretty nice team. I'm not gonna lie. I really like this team. So I hope you guys do like the team too. Let me know what you think about the team. Let me know any questions, anything you think, anything I could have done better with the swaps, or anything you think I'm missing. Just let me know. Of course, I'm gonna answer those comments for you guys, and make sure you guys do leave a like and you support the MUNCHLAXSTER United through this journey in the NPA, and hopefully we can reach the playoffs. That's gonna be the goal for now. And yeah, so I'll see you guys there. I'll see you guys in the playoffs, of course. So thank you guys for watching. I will see you in week. Who do we have to battle? Week 4 is a bye week, so you will not see a battle this week. And week 5, I think we versus the Orlando Mudkips. Not Orlando Mudkips. That's my boy Deeb's team, Orlando Magikarps. So we versus the Orlando Magikarps, who are also 1 and 2. So that's gonna be cool. And the Choice Specs, who has a pretty scary team, looking at it right now. But we can do it, and we're gonna battle them, and we're gonna hopefully beat them. So thank you guys for watching. I'm extremely pumped for this, as you guys can see. I don't know, NPA just got me really hyped up again, and it's pretty awesome. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and let me know any questions, since I am a new coach in the NPA. Thank you guys, and like always, have a beautiful day, fam.